Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Monday to all. Hope you enjoyed your weekend. Let us get into the new music for the day. The full drop is finally here. aespa's latest era, the latest album, the latest title track is all here. So let's dive into it. This is aespa's Spicy. Now, I've seen pictures. I've seen concept pictures for this floating around the internet, and I'm frankly preparing myself for the era that I'm assuming is going to be aespa's Hot Girl era. As for the music, I've heard absolutely nothing. And frankly, I don't really have anything to base it off of because I know the track videos and things have dropped in the past, but I don't like to kind of spoil myself before the actual release drops. So I haven't listened to any of them. I don't know what they sound like. I've only seen pictures from like Dan V's of it, and frankly, the pre-release single didn't really reveal all that much, or at least I'm thinking it's not going to reveal all that much. Welcome to My World, really good song. Again, aespa and their pre-releases are top tier. But we have the latest title track. Is it going to have... What is it going to have? I don't know. aespa title tracks have had some iconic moments across the eras. Whether it be how they've been written, kind of iconic lines, iconic moments. Of course, the aespa's mid and SM mid song, aespa and SM's mid song genre switch, a la the earlier days. And, we haven't had too much of that recently, but I am here for the vibes. I am here for the tunes. I am here for the good times. So here we go. Of course, this being an SM video, we have... Actually, I should take it all the way from the beginning. SM video, we have captions right off the rip. Thank you very much indeed. So let's Sunday. Here we go. It is loud. Okay. Oh, this is very different. Okay. The sudden injection of the major melody there. What key are we in now? Hold up. Oh my god, what is happening in the song? And we're back into this beat. Oh my god, there's a lot going on. The sudden vertical orientation's throwing me off, but... That pause and the build is so nice. And then this release, it's such a statement maker. Bridge. Give me the secondary chorus. There it is. And an outro after the secondary chorus? Okay.
For you.
And they end it with the little extra bit at the end as well. Oh my goodness, that was a long final sequence. No aespa. Haha. I will say this every single SM video we do. I cannot stand the SM label sticker. And I'm glad we didn't get it because that would have ruined it for me. But wow, that was a lot, both visually and musically. That was a lot. That might be, in terms of like first impressions for me and aespa title tracks, might have been the most kind of aggressive MV and sound that I've heard from aespa. That was borderline like overwhelming with the amount of things going on with this song. It's also, interestingly enough, possible. It's like it's a very straightforward song from kind of like an aespa point of view, as there weren't too many like drastic switches in the song, which I quite appreciate, because I feel like if they had included like the big switch ups, had like kind of what they'd done with, you know, Savage and like Black Mamba, those big types of switch ups, I feel like I would have been so overwhelmed with the song. So I'm glad the switch-ups were pretty smaller, minor ones, like bringing in a sudden major key melody, having a secondary chorus. It's things that kind of trip up the standard pop song formula, but doesn't take it so far out of the box that it becomes impossible to follow. So I appreciate that. But it does make an impact, doesn't it? It is loud, it is in your face, it is brash. Like, the instrumentals with the kind of, like, it's almost like what you get if you blended brass and organ synths together. Wild. This is the type of synth that'll make your head rattle if you listen to it loud enough. Like, is this the chorus? Okay, this is the pre-chorus build. Close enough. Thing is, I don't actually, like, this is definitely my classical music brain kicking into high gear. I played violin in string orchestra for 11 years growing up, something like that. So that is my kind of general background when it comes to music. But this song really gives off for me no real inclination of like what key it's been written in for me. It's really interesting. It keeps it very obscure with the kind of borderline subharmonic 808s. The admittedly, this is a pretty rap heavy song again on the vocal top line, which for aespa isn't really anything out of the ordinary. But that reliance on the heavier kind of rapping and more rhythmic top line instead of having a properly established vocal top line up until the first chorus is that you get that ambiguity of what this song is actually going to sound like once it kicks into that melodic high gear. And I think that's why for me this chorus hits so much harder, is because there is that whole kind of uncertainty as to what this song is supposed to sound like come to actual full flourish. And again, it's one of those things where you have that synth and you have that top line and you have that initial punch you get with the high vocal leading it in. It's shock and awe, and they do it perfectly. One more. Because this is a chorus that is meant to be all up in your grill. Like, this chorus does not give you a chance to breathe. then you think it's over. One more to go. That secondary chorus is so cool. It's very satisfying for me to listen to. I love the chord sequence. I love the way it's been written. I love the little melody and how they transition into the second half of it. It's just, for me, that is kind of like the point of this, like the key point of this song for me is that post chorus that you get in verse 1 and the final chorus as well. I think it's just so nice. Something about it is very satisfying. The way it resolves at the end as well. Especially the kind of like octave jumps you get between vocalists. So you have someone up on the high vocals. The gang vocals help. Yeah, it's that part there. The way you get Giselle floating in and finishing that top part, and then you get Karina jumping in immediately after one octave beneath her. So the notes are the same, they're just in different octaves that switch into the different voices so clean. It's so satisfying to listen to. Okay. They've done a thing with this era here. It's different, and I like that they've gone a little bit different. Because they're keeping every era fresh. And I really appreciate that from the music team. And frankly, I had no idea where they were going to go after the title track, or not the title track, the pre-release single. Because the pre-release single was so unlike what aespa have done in the past. That kind of whole almost cinematic dramaticism behind the song. And you're left wondering, oh man, what is this going to be? And then knowing what happens in the SMCU with episode 3 of SMCU and how we got Novice going to the real world, and then we got to see her, and the pre-release was called Welcome to My World, and now the album is called My World, and this entire has me so excited for the next installment of the SMCU. But I'm also very much excited for the B-sides, because I have been told there are some heat B-sides on this album. These are songs that have been performed before, but just haven't been released in studio form. I think, if I remember correctly, or something along those lines. So I'm very excited for it. Also, the fact that they've been revealed for so long and I haven't been able to listen to them. So, the My World EP album listen will be coming very shortly. It's an SM album, so I don't know how it's going to fare on Content ID, but regardless if it passes or not, there'll be a video on that later. So keep your eyes peeled if you're interested. But that is it from me today. Thank you all for watching along with me. One last request from me today. Let us work as a community to bring a little bit of extra happiness back into the world, whether it be checking in with your friends and family, holding the door open for somebody, picking up a piece of trash off the street, just one small act of kindness that may brighten up someone else's day-to-day. And know that wherever you are in the world, if you are ever going through a tough time in life, even though I am, at the end of the day, just a guy on the internet who waffles about music in his free time, I will always be a friend, an ally, and a shoulder to lean on whenever you need me. So take care of yourselves, take care of each other, spread the love, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.